Hello, sports fan. This is Steven here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. We're going to be covering, is Bill Belichick losing his grip? Before I get right into it, I'm going to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the retirement of Devin McCourty, one of the twins, the McCourty twins, had some interesting parting shots. He was on an interview and he talked about the locker room. He talked about how this is a different locker room than he's seen in the last couple of years. He's talking about how the locker room was also split in several different ways. You're talking about the dynamic of quarterback and who they should follow. Of course, you got Mac Jones drafted out of Alabama, and then you also have Bailey Zappi, the guy that came in when Mac Jones was snatched out, when Bill Belichick pulled that short leash and put him in, and it divided the locker room. It divided essentially the team. It divided the offense and the defense sometimes. And you're looking at what McCourty said. He stated, literally, you didn't know some of that team was for this person, some of the team was for that person, and the team did not have a real identity. They didn't have a real leader on offense. So that tells me either Mac Jones's his confidence has been snatched, or the ability for his voice to loom over the locker room has been snatched, or Bill Belichick has, shadowed over everybody to where there is no leader in the locker room on offense. When you're looking at them having Dante Hightower retire, the McCourty brother retire, it's a lot of voices that were familiar in that locker room that no longer are there. So you got to think, as an NFL player, there's only so much somebody can tell you, and it's only so much that you can feel. But when you're on that field of football and you're actually playing, the leaders truly come out. The guys that are natural born leaders come out. But their play, with the way that they dictate themselves on the field, that's a whole separate thing. So you can't fake that. You can't, if you're not a leader, it's hard to fake that. I don't care if you're just a quarterback of a team. If you're not a leader, it's not going to show on the field if you're not leading on like practice and you're not leading in other areas. So I feel like the Patriots locker room has lost his grip a little bit. Since Tom Brady has left, you've heard a lot more slippage out of the locker room. You've heard a lot more stories that have been negative. You've heard a lot more things outside of the Patriot way where you'd be quiet and you don't say anything. So I think the old Patriot way is done, of them not saying anything and them not talking and them not having stories leak out of the locker room. Those days are over. I don't think Tom Brady's in there to buffer the locker room anymore. And it's not, hey, listen to Tom Brady. It's like, okay, Belichick, you got a couple more years left. What are you really doing here in New England? Now that you've seen Mr. Kraft come down more often downstairs and make decisions, make comments and things like, hey, we need to win this, or hey, we need to get back to the playoffs. Hey, we need to start winning games again. That what you never used to see back in New England. So now the thing is, can Bill Belichick turn this thing around? Can he get himself a quarterback? Because what may end up happening if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Jets, the Patriots may end up being the 4th seed in the AFC East. Because you're looking at Buffalo and what they do, the Jets with their amazing season that they had with offense and defense. Again, Aaron Rodgers is going to give them a couple more wins. And you also got to think, Miami's going to improve. So the clock is ticking on Bill Belichick, and you got to figure out, what's the deal? Who's the quarterback for your future? Make that decision and move forward. So I think that New England has a lot of work to do this offseason to not only fix their locker room, but to make sure the fractions of the relationships, the friction that's been created, can be softened over and it can be molded over, so there's no more moving parts that factor in a negative way. So get in the comment section. Do you think Devin McCourty was right? Do you think he was wrong? Get in the comment section. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. And who would you want as your quarterback? You want Zappi or you want Mac Jones? Definitely check us out, and we'll see you on the next video.